So welcome. My name is Nick Diggins and I teach mindfulness courses and classes, and I've been teaching mindfulness for well over 10 years and practicing for well over 20 years. And I teach a wide range of people who just see themselves as having everyday life stress, or find they want something more from life, or they want to be more awake and alert and attentive to the good things in life. And also people who are managing more serious difficulties like chronic pain or ongoing chronic anxiety or recurrent depression. And broadly speaking, mindfulness can both help us manage difficulties and also get more from life, be more available. There's a whole range of ways in which it can help us be more productive and efficient. I'll be saying more about that in a moment. So, why practice mindfulness, given that it does take some commitment and some application and some time, and most of us have very little time and are feeling stretched and pulled in different ways and under pressure, and there's never enough time, and expectations are placed upon us and we place expectations upon ourselves. So how could mindfulness help? Well, there's very strong and growing evidence that mindfulness can benefit us in a wide range of ways, and this evidence comes both from people reporting the benefits and doing mood evaluation questionnaires and from clinical research, but also from neurological evidence. There's a lot of evidence that mindfulness affects parts of the brain involved with things like perspective taking, decision making, creativity, seeing the bigger picture, resilience, emotional regulation, and awareness of our direct experience of sense perceptions and body sensations. Another issue that most of us, I would imagine, find is difficulty with focus and concentration. These days, particularly social media, pressures, business, work, children, feeling pulled in different directions, overstimulated, multitasking, pressures on us from different directions that are competing so that we feel torn. It's definitely the case that mindfulness can help with a sense of being gathered and focused so that we can prioritise and be clear. What is it I need to attend to now? And put to one side those things that we know in this moment aren't immediately urgent. Mindfulness can help us be more available and responsive in relationship. Many people report that the practice of mindfulness helps ease conflict situations, helps improve a sense of connectedness with partners and family, appreciation. Mindfulness can, for some people, help with insomnia. Not all. Sometimes people have insomnia and mindfulness doesn't seem to help, but many people find it does, and some people find the practices actually help them get to sleep. Insomnia seems to be related in some way to kind of overthinking, so mindfulness helps to alleviate that. There's also a lot of clinical evidence that mindfulness can reduce anxiety and help people avoid relapse into depression who are prone to depression, and deal with the stress of chronic conditions of like chronic pain, which don't have any medical or which there's limited medical intervention that can provide benefit or relief from. But mindfulness has been shown to help people deal with the stress and find ways of living more fully and managing the pain differently. So who would benefit from mindfulness? Well, pretty much anyone. And what does that involve? Well, it involves dropping into our direct experience in a particular kind of way, and this is something that each of us has to explore for ourselves over time, doing guided practices, perhaps engaging with a course of the kind that I teach, and seeing what effect that has on our lives. My experience of teaching many people over many years is that most of us find we're not really fully in touch with our direct experience, but are caught up in planning, thinking, judging, worrying, being very goal orientated, trying to live up to expectations, always reaching forward to the next thing. It can be like one of those old films where you see the newspaper headlines swish by in a matter of seconds, to mark the passage of time, almost as if a month or a year can go by. You think, where did that go? So the practice of mindfulness can potentially bring us back to our natural state of openness, receptivity, appreciation, being awake to the ordinary beauty that's here, and even finding degrees of freedom within very difficult situations, finding inner resourcefulness and potential, and ironically sometimes finding a sense of being fully alive precisely through engaging with difficulties in a different kind of way. Something I've experienced very much in my life, and I've seen through other people engaging with the practices on my courses. Sometimes it can be by precisely learning to be with difficulty in a different kind of way that we tap into a sense of potential and resilience and resourcefulness and beauty that we wouldn't have been able to find otherwise.